welcome to my channel. Well, I thought I'd go through the process with you of what I do or what I've learned from this or learning and not learning. Some of the mistakes I've made, some of the stuff I'm learning, and that's why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this to show off or anything. Where did my knife go? Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Brought everything in here but the knife. Okay. What I did was, of course, this thing's a big thick slab of acrylic on top of it. And I thought, well, since I can clear this out, and I'll show you how I do that, why don't I just stick it on the bench sander, Well, again, anything that you're trying to speed stuff up, they hog off material pretty quick. You don't control it as fast. All right, you might think sandpaper too. The problem with sandpaper and sand grit and all that other stuff is it'll clog it up and you'll just be doing nothing. So eventually figured out, like a jeweler's screwdriver, you just go like this. All right, the way I clear this this frosting after this and to get it to go clear is with a lighter. First I was using a butane jet lighter. The problem with that is it's concentrated flame. I've been working, so I got stuff all over. This is not a hand model operation. Concentrated flame, and it's a lot of heat, and it would tend to, clear it up fast, but it would also overheat it. You also have the differential between two different types of materials, so I developed a crack right in the center there. It's not real deep, but I think it's mainly because this gets pretty warm. All right, let me demonstrate. You see how that's all cloudy and you can't see anything? If you take a lighter, this is after you've got it filed down to what you want. I gotta do this where I can see it. But you hold the flame near it and you're kind of like, You don't want to, see how it's clearing out? You don't want to set it on fire, because if you set it on fire, it's going to develop these little bubbles. And these little bubbles they'll be under the surface, but, they'll be little bubbles. You're trying to basically turn it into a plastic state again. Sorry, you couldn't see all that. And this gets warm. I mean, it ain't so hot that it's going to burn your fingers off and everything, but see that? Oh, you can see that. See that crack? The crack's not going to go away on this. I'm basically just I don't know if you can see all that. I'm off on the side looking at it. It's getting clearer. This is where it's been sanded. That's the problem too with sanding, is you're gonna have to get those little ridges all melted down without setting the thing on fire, if at all possible. And it ain't easy. But you see how it's clearing out? I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can see. See all those little ridges up here? That's from filing and everything else. Basically, just sculpting it. It's right there, and I'm just going by hand. First, I was using a knife, and it takes out stuff, but then I realized, it kind of gouges, and the advantage of a file is it keeps the surface flat, that you can file on and everything. This one's all right the way it's at. All right, and then when I do all that, you still have to kind of see how it's going to look if you put it on. Another thing is this bowed a little bit because of the difference in heating. I checked, and it's not I thought it might be that, but no, it's actually this. This piece is bowed a little bit from all the abuse it's been through, but it's going to look pretty decent. What I'm trying to do, I'm going to have gaps. Yeah, I'm going to have gaps. And you can get critical with it because this is what it's replacing, you know. I mean, if you can get it to look better than that, which is going to be hard to do because look how well fitted that is. Of course, all I have to do is dimensionally get this thing to fit exactly like that. And bingo was his name-o. Now you got to remember which side you're dealing with in your orientation. And if you're doing more than one side, for sure mark it left and right or some way, because I've already done that mistake where you're fitting something to one side and then you're checking it and you're saying, oh, the material's not right, and you're putting it on the wrong way or the wrong scale, or I don't know. Anyway, a lot can go wrong in this operation. But like I said, it's a learning operation, because if I finally get this down to where it's looking decent, see how that bows up. Now what I was going to do was epoxy it and then clamp it and hope for the best. See how it... Yeah, there's a lot more to this than meets the eye when you're going to go do it. You think, oh, that's easy. I'll just grind out a piece of wood. Imagine if you had pins you're having to deal with too. That's why I picked this. That's why I think this is good. Because I don't have to deal with these 3 pins. They're not really there. This is the only pin that's really there. These other ones are just for looks. But they look all right compared to what I'm trying to make here. And again, if I get this one all right, see, this is not on the show side. This is on the back side. If I get this one done all right and everything, all I got to do is stick a little blade in here, pink, pop that off, and I can do it on the other side. And then people go, ooh, who makes that canoe back there? Is that real abalone or is that fake? No, it's real abalone. Who makes it? Imperial. And they sell this one for like $5 or less. Yeah, you should go look for it. You're not going to find it because it's customized. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to custom. I'm just messing around with this, really. I'm just trying to learn things, and I'm learning a lot. I learned from mistakes, and I'm doing all the mistakes. I'm learning from my mistakes. Trying to, anyway. There you go. I thought I'd just give you that little update on my progress on this. Like I said, if you look at a watch repairman, you would think, oh, he's got to get this watch repaired fast and everything. The old school watch repairman where they have it's an old guy and he's sitting hunched over. He's got a magnifying glass and he's dealing with something intricate. Is he in a hurry? Is he fast? He may be fast because he's skilled, but if you're trying to go fast on stuff, a lot of times you're going to make mistakes quickly too. I mean, you can take off too much material. You can destroy things pretty quickly. If you take a slower approach, you might have better luck. See, these are getting to be, if I had another, the thickness has gone down. And I'm not finished flaming this. You know, this is not the final approach on that. There you go, just a little 10-minute. What do you think? There's Peppy. This is about his size of a knife. This is a small canoe. Yeah. Will it fit his small? Quit making fun of me. Yeah, I know. We shouldn't be making fun of dinosaurs with disabilities. Dinos with Disabilities Act. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that progress report. Fast tools like a high-speed Dremel is just going to melt plastic. You're going to need a saw. I've got a jeweler saw. I've just got it hiding around here somewhere. This one worked, but you can see how rough it is and everything. And yeah, the thickness of these, they make, like Gizmo was talking to me on, they make different size scales of these, you know. This one was originally, because I got 2 of them, this was originally designed for a knife handle. Still can be used. I was going to use it like maybe on a Puko or something. it can still be used. And when you're dealing with this stuff too, you can see around here, it's plastic. We got enough microplastic in our world, but try not to breathe this stuff, or and make sure you wash your hands after you're dealing with it. And if you've been doing it all day, change your clothes. I mean, I worked with fiberglass and stuff like that, so I know that stuff can get everywhere. There you go. There's my progress. Not much of a progress. Eventually, it'll look nice up there. And then what will I do with that? Well, nothing. You know, just leave it there. Look at it once in a while. Danny Dino might try to sell it. I know him. So thank you for watching, and have a nice day.